What is going on, lads, and welcome back to FIFA 15 Mythbusters. Today we're going to be investigating right forwards and left forwards playing as strikers and whether they actually play really well, whether they are good. I've heard a lot of hype about it, about Robin, Bale, Royce, Ronaldo, people like that being absolutely incredible playing as strikers. So I thought I would investigate to see. You can see I've got my eye on Robin, and he gets one of them red marks underneath him when he's a right mid striker and when he's a right wing as well. But when you convert him to a right forward, it turns to an orange little dot, and rather than being totally out of position, he's kind of in the right position and he gets 1 chemistry. What I then did was popped him in this squad, you can see with Royce there, and he will get 5 chemistry, and then when you pop a manager in, he will get 6. And just to demonstrate that this is the most amount of chemistry that you can get, you can see I have got Royce here, and he's surrounded by people with super strong links, same nationality, same club, and he will get 5 chemistry, and then when you pop a manager in, he'll get 6. And of course, if you play 10 games with him or get him in a pack, he will get 7 for a loyalty point as well. So basically what this is going to be investigating is whether or not these guys actually do a job at striker. Everyone's saying they are incredible, but what I wanted to test is whether they are as good as they can be. So are they actually handicapped by only being on 6 chemistry, or does it not matter at all? Just stick them at striker and they will absolutely dick everyone. You can see this team that I've got here. It's a reasonable team. I basically spent all of my coins on Robin and Royce, and I would actually recommend them. They did play quite well. Of course, we aren't testing if they played quite well. We are testing if they play better on 9 chemistry than they do on 6, and whether you guys should actually use these guys as strikers and stuff like that, because it's not objective or it's not scientific for me to say, yes, they are good players. I need an actual way to measure it. So the way we're going to be comparing it, because I know these guys are incredible players. I've used them both before. They are absolutely ridiculous. If you want to go and get yourself some coins to buy them if you can't afford them, I would really recommend them. There's a link down in the description to Just FIFA Coins. Discount code AJ3 means you can get coins for about £9.50, which is absolutely crazy at this time of FIFA. So go and snap them up. And if you don't want to buy coins, there's a link to the game keys down there to get yourself some cheap MSP and PSN codes. But like I was saying, we want to make this scientific and we want to make it objective. And to do that, the way I'm going to compare them is comparing Robin and Royce starting at striker and Robin and Royce getting subbed on from the bench at striker. So when they get subbed on, they should have 9 chemistry, whereas when they start the game, they're only going to be on 6 chemistry. And it's whether it matters. Can these guys just do a job at striker anyway, and it won't affect them at all? Or are they better on 9 chemistry, and you should either sub them on or play them in their actual positions? So now that we know what we are actually going to be doing, let's just get straight in and take a look at some of these stats. So if we go into Royce, you can see after playing 5 games with him starting as a striker, I managed to score 7 goals and get 2 assists, which isn't too bad actually for a guy on 6 chemistry. It's pretty good. He's a very good player on FIFA. His shooting is absolutely crazy. You can see he cost me 140,000 coins, and that is what you would expect. Robin the same, 400 grand he cost me. After 5 games, scored 11 goals, which is a ludicrously good rate of goal scoring. It's over 2 goals a game, but the thing you guys need to know is I played 1 game where I won 9-0. Robin scored a double hat-trick and Royce scored a normal hat-trick. So that without that, it would take Royce to 4 goals in 4 games, and it would take Robin to 5 goals in 4 games. So it's not an absolutely out of this world goals to game ratio by any means. And I was quite optimistic that they did pretty decent, but it wasn't quite on the level that I was expecting. They scored a blue hot and cold, like I said, won 1 game 9-0, and then wouldn't even be able to score a goal in the next game. So I was optimistic that these guys are good players, and they just weren't really performing on the chemistry. So what I did was I swapped to this team. You can see both Robin and Royce are on the bench. I've now got 2 strikers who give the team full chemistry, and when I get straight into the game, I am going to sub them off and put Robin and Royce basically straight at striker, and we're going to see whether they can perform better, because coming off the bench they should have 9 chemistry, and whether they're actually going to do a better job than they did when they were on 6 chemistry. So then, if we now jump over to after them another 5 games with these guys getting subbed on, you can see Royce has now scored 9 goals and got 7 assists. So in the next 5 games, Royce managed to get 2 goals and 5 assists, whereas in the first 5 games, he got 7 goals and 2 assists. So if we exclude that crazy game where I won 9-0, he got 4 goals and 2 assists. I didn't know if he got an assist in the crazy game, but it's basically the same. He's dropped down on his goals, but he's picked up on his assists. And then for Robin, again, if you're excluding the one that made him have 11 goals in the first 5 games, so you're taking it down to 5 in 4. He's now scored 6 goals in 5 games, which is basically the same goals to game records, because he has gone up another 6 goals in the next 5 games. So it really didn't seem to affect these guys at all, starting off on the bench and getting subbed on compared to starting at strikers. They basically have the same goals to game record. There was no crazy games to kind of bias the stats in the second one, so I did exclude, when I'm thinking about it, the one from the first game, because that was just an anomaly. All of the other 4 games are basically exactly the same as the 5 when they got subbed on. It was just that one guy who was absolutely shite that I played and I scored tons of goals past. So it really didn't seem to matter. If you guys want to play your wingers as strikers, whether you sub them on, whether you start them on the bench, they don't seem to play any better. And of course, when they come on off the bench, they are on full chemistry apparently, so it doesn't matter if you play them at striker or whether you play them at winger. It doesn't really seem to matter, and I only had them on 6 chemistry as well. It is possible to get them up to 7 once you've played 10 games with them, or if you got them in a pack. So the answer to this myth, can you play wingers at strikers and they will perform, is yes, basically. They will perform whether they are on 9 chemistry or 6. That is assuming, which I am almost 99% sure, that you get full chemistry when you come on off the bench. I'm pretty sure anyone who gets subbed on just has the chemistry of the people that they were subbed on for. So I was subbing them on for strikers on 9 chemistry, so Robin Royce would have 9 chemistry. I can test that for you guys if you would like me to do that. I don't think it would be too hard for me to do. I can make a follow-up video for this, so if you'd like to see that, smash the likes. But for now, lads, I'm going to leave you with the basic point of this video. The moral of the story is, if you want to play if you want to play a winger at striker, don't bother subbing them on, just stick them up front and score shite loads of goals. But that is where I'm going to leave you, lads. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time.